Okay, thank you everybody, and thank you for being here. Okay, so if you want to do the journaling, this is a good place to start. So it's March 13th, and the title is Dissolving Our Self-Importance. So dissolving our self-importance. And last week, the title was This Brief Lifetime. This is what I came up with. And the two concepts we talked about was control, and some of the words that I wrote down was self-control. I lost control at some point. Now I need to regain that control. And on letting go, some of the words that I came up with was giving in, giving up, letting people get away with stuff. I will forgive myself, let go of my guilt, and so forth. So these are just notes for yourself to strengthen or to become more self-aware. And eventually learning or remembering who we are. Okay, so let's see what Pema Chodron has to say today. Dissolving our self-importance. The fixed idea that we have about ourselves as solid. No, sorry, I'm going to start over. The fixed idea that we have about ourselves as solid and separate from each other is painfully limiting. It is possible to move through the drama of our lives without believing so earnestly in the character that we play, that we take ourselves so seriously, that we are so absurdly important in our own minds is a problem for us. We feel justified in being annoyed with everything. We feel justified in denigrating ourselves or in feeling that we are more clever than other people. Self-importance hurts us, limiting us to the narrow world of our likes and dislikes. We end up bored to death with ourselves and our world. We end up never satisfied. Okay, so what does she talking about? Dissolving our self-importance. So finding two concepts. Usually they just pop out when I read her wisdom, but today it doesn't. So solid, one part is solid, and the other one could be fleeting. Or separate and together. Maybe separate and together. So we are separately. One of the concepts in yoga is that we are separately together. We are in different separate physical bodies, but spiritually we are together. So maybe that's could be two concepts to work with. There's a part of me that thinks I am separate from you, maybe that I'm better than you or that I'm worse than you, and that is that's a false belief. Spiritually, we are one. So maybe think about separate and then together, or pick something else that works better for you. Okay, finding your seat, sitting up tall. Look at your feet, lift the toes, lift the heels. Notice the connection to earth. And there's a part of you that feels that your body is separate from the earth. And yet, you connect to the earth through the soles of your feet. How do you connect to the earth? What part of you is connected to the earth? And then bring your awareness to your two sitting bones. And then play with those two concepts. Maybe that one is separate and the other is together or unified, or separate and one. So there's a part of us who believes that we are separate from each other, and then there's another part of us that knows that we are all connected. We are one. When I'm hurting you, I'm hurting myself. And when I'm pleasing you, I'm pleasing myself. So separate and together, those two concepts. And shoulders are wide, neck is long. Maybe use your fingers and tap gently at the crown of your head. And then imagine that you open up that deep channel, that core channel in you. And maybe imagine that through that channel, you can connect the universe and yourself and the earth. So maybe it's through that channel that you're connecting with everything and anyone outside of your physical body. Maybe imagine how the inhale goes up through that channel, exhale travels down. Inhale up, exhale down. Almost like the inhale is kind of cleaning or clearing that chimney inside of you. And then place your hands on your knees and then starting the cat-cow movement. Notice how that core or that chimney or shushumna inside of you, how flexible it is. And then coming back to neutral. And then look at your blinking, bubbling star. Maybe in that channel, maybe feel like silver, sparkling silver star that moves inside, deep inside your shushumna or your chimney. All the way up, clasp the hands, turn them over, straighten the elbows, breathe. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. And then reach and reach and reach and reach. And then turn, look behind you. Breathe. Straighten the elbows, reach the fingertips away from each other. And then release. Lift the shoulders a few times, lift and release, lift and release. And then maybe imagine your fingers as sparkling silver stars. Sparkling silver stars, and they move inside that chimney or shushumna or core inside of you, all the way up. Clasp the hands the way that feels funny. Turn the hands over, straighten the elbows, breathe. And then reach and reach and reach and reach. And then turn, open up. Look behind you. And then release, lift and release, lift and release a few times. And then arms in cactus. And then start shifting from side to side. Knowing that we can look at things from different perspectives. I can see myself as separate from you, or I can see myself as unified with you. Just two different perspectives. And if I'm angry with you, I probably don't want to connect. And if I like you, I probably do want to connect. Yeah. So, so knowing that we have these patterns, if we continue thinking in the same pattern, we're going to strengthen that way of thinking. That's easy. We just keep on flowing or swimming with this current. If I'm going to change my thinking, I have to go against the current. That's harder. So I'm going to have to go against the current to change my thinking. And then allow the knee and the elbow to connect. So allow two opposite ideas to connect. So maybe they are the same or two sides of the same coin. So separate and together, separate and together. And then crossing the midline. And then stay connected, stay connected. So maybe separate and together are the two sides of the same coin. And that might be a concept that's really hard to accept. It's painful to keep it together, stay a little bit longer than you want. And then release. And then connect the other way. And release. Okay, with a wide and stable stance, we can explore these ideas without falling. So exploring the ideas that there's a part that we are physically separate, but spiritually connected. So there's a part of us that's separate and another part that is connected. And then so that's very black and white thinking, right? So what's in between? What are all the other shades and colors around or among those concepts? So starting out with a black and white reality and then adding more shades to gain a bigger understanding of how the world works. And then come to stillness. And then let's start painting the picture of physically we are separate. We are in separate physical bodies, and the floor and the table, everything is separate, physically separate. So so imagine that color, take it on your fingers, and then draw the picture of what does that physical, separate, solid world look like to you. How does it feel? What's the color? Do you like it or you don't? Do you not like it? And then release that image. And then go to the other side, that there's a part of that's completely connected, spiritually connected with each other, with the floor, with the trees, I don't know. So take that color and then draw that image. So what comes to your mind when you start thinking about that we are all connected, even to our worst enemy, or even to things that we don't even know that they exist, maybe? And then release that image. And then jump the feet together, landing in Tadasana. Now we're going to write the story that we are physically separate. So dipping the toes in ink and then write the story. Or what words come up when you think about separate, that we are separate from each other? And then step out wide, elbows to knees, fingertips together, breathe. And then release the head down. Inhale, come back up. And then place that foot on top of the knee. Use your fingers, open up the toes. Gently guide that knee out wide. And then slide the knees together. Whatever leg is on top, that arm goes under. Give yourself a hug. And then start imagining that eagle that is separate. An eagle that is separate. What does that eagle look like? And then let that image fly away. Let that eagle fly away and land on top of the next mountain. And then go to the story of that we are all unified, we're all spiritually one, or we're interconnected. So dip your toes in ink and write that story. What words come up? Do you like it? Do you not like it? Do you believe it or you don't believe in it? Maybe you think it's like just, I don't know, ridiculous. What's the story that comes up when you think about the idea that we are all connected? And then step out wide, elbows to knees, fingertips together, breathe. And then place the left hand on the floor, right hand on the knee. Inhale to lengthen the spine. Exhale, look up towards the sky. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, come a little deeper into the twist. One more time. And then release down. Let the head be heavy. Inhale, come back up. And then place the right hand on the floor, left hand on the knee. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, look up towards the sky. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale and push a little harder into your hands, coming a little deeper into the twist. And then release down. Inhale, come back up. And then place the left foot on the right knee using your fingers to open up the toes. Gently guide that knee out wide. And then slide the knees together. Whatever leg is on top, that goes under. Give yourself a hug. And then find your way to your eagle, your version of eagle. And then this time, look at the eagle who is completely connected to everything else. An eagle that's connected to everything else. What does that eagle look like? And then let that image or that eagle fly away, landing on top of the next mountain. Okay, wide and stable stance again. Silver sparkling stars all the way up. Clasp the hand, turn them over, straighten the elbows, breathe. Now imagine that sparkling silver eagle open up its wings and then fly away. It's flying around high in the clouds, high up in the sky. Maybe it flies all the way up into the universe and hangs out with the other sparkling silver stars. And then bring your arms up. Exhale, turn the palms down. Inhale, come up. Exhale, down. Inhale, up. Exhale, come all the way down. And then bring the arms around behind you, holding on to opposite forearms. And then stay there. Release one arm, shake it out. Come all the way up. Release the other one, shake it out. Place both hands behind your heart. Feel your heart. Listen to your heart. What does your heart tell you? What is your heart's deepest longing? And then release. Okay, now we're going to build some strength in those physical legs. Bring the feet in closer. Big inhale. Exhale. Come up to stand. Let's pick 10. 10, or you can pick any number that you want actually. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 0. Shake it out. Big inhale. Exhale. Come all the way up. Pick the same or a different number. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then shake it out. Big inhale. Exhale. Come all the way up. Okay, starting with breath of joy. Starting out here. 3 inhales, 1 exhale. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. 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 Exhale. And let the arms go. Let the arms go. And bend the knees. And notice, how does your physical body want to move today? How does it want to move? And then allowing the opposites to meet. Allowing the opposites to meet. Black and white turns into gray. And maybe all the colors in the universe. Or rainbow. And then cross the midline. And then finding position of power. Position of power. Place your hands on solar plexus. Inhale into solar plexus. Exhale and expand. Inhale into solar plexus. Exhale, expand. Inhale into separate. Exhale into together. Inhale into me. Exhale out to we. Inhale into separate. Exhale into together. And then stay open. And release. Okay, so we're playing with the two concepts that one part of us is separate, physically separate, and the other part is spiritually connected or together, separate together. So we all have patterns. So which one do you need to create balance? Which one do you need to push away? So which one do you need to push away to create balance? So pick one and then imagine it. And then push it away, push it away, push it away, push it away. Maybe you have to kick it away, because it's a pattern that we've been doing for a long time. So it's going to be hard to change our thought patterns. And then eventually allow the opposite to take its place. Allow the opposite to take its place to create balance. And when peace is restored, we celebrate that with sun salutation. So inhale, arms up. Exhale, up and over. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way back up. Exhale, down the midline. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, up and over. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way back up. Exhale, down the midline. One more. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, up and over. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way back up. Exhale, down the midline. And then stay there holding your own heart in between your hands with self-love and self-compassion. And then release. Okay. We're going to step back to warrior one. Big toes to touch, heels slightly apart. Inhale to chair, exhale to Anjali Mudra. Transfer the weight to the left, to right heel comes off. Take a big step back. Find the earth behind you with the toes and then the heel. Hip points or hip bones are pointing forward. With a wide and stable stance, you can release the support and come up to standing. Release. Hands in your back pockets. And then transfer the weight forward. Maybe use 2 fingers. Maybe use 2 fingers for support. And then find your way back to Tadasana. Inhale to chair, exhale to Anjali Mudra. Transfer the weight to the right, left heel comes off. Take a big step back. Toes and heel. Coming up to warrior one. Release the hands out wide. Place them in your back pockets. And then if you want to, bring your awareness to your heart space. Heart space. Allow your heart to lead. Allow your heart to lead. Maybe use 2 fingers to support. And then find your way back to Tadasana. Okay, step back to warrior two. Inhale to chair, exhale to Anjali Mudra. Transfer the weight to the left, right heel comes off. Take a big step back, open up the pelvic half or pelvic halves. One arm in the past, the other one in the future. Flip the front hand, reverse the warrior. Come back to warrior two. Place the hand on the chair and then extend the arm up and over. And then come back to warrior two. Hands on your hips, straighten the front knee, release the hand to the chair. Gaze comes up, hand follows. And then bring the hand down and gaze down. Finding warrior two one more time. Hands on the chair, pick up that back leg. Maybe bring the same hand up. Maybe bring the same hand up. Hand comes down, feet comes back together, bend the knees and come back up to standing. Inhale to chair, exhale to Anjali Mudra. Transfer the weight to the right, left heel comes off. Take a big step back, open up the pelvic halves. One arm in the past, the other one in the future. Flip the front hand, reverse the warrior. And then come back to warrior one. I mean, warrior two, place the hand on the chair. Let the top arm go up and over. Come back to warrior two. Hands on your hips, straighten the front knee, release the hand down towards the chair. Bring the gaze up towards the sky, let the arm follow. Hand comes down, gaze comes down, rebend that front knee. Place both hands on the chair, pick up the back foot. Maybe same hand comes off. Hand comes down, feet comes back together, bend the knees and come back up to standing. Okay, tree posture. Big toes to touch, heels slightly apart. So starting in Tadasana, mountain posture. First, imagine yourself as a stable, steady, strong mountain. And then drop a seed. Notice how that seed, you can't see anything on the surface. What's happening under the surface is that there's a root system that's being widening and going, roots are growing wide and deep, creating a foundation for something new. And then transfer the weight to the left, right heel comes off. Wait there for a moment. And then wait for the water, rain, and the sunlight. And when the conditions are right, grow a little bigger. And then wait. And then whenever you're ready, turn into that beautiful tree or shrub or bird or, I don't know, that you always were. And maybe you need a little external support. You can put a finger on that chair. And then finding your way back to Tadasana. Okay, drop a seed. Watch the roots grow wide and deep, wide and deep. Transfer the weight to the right, left heel comes off. Just start the growing process just a tiny bit and then stop. Wait for the rain, wait for the sunshine. And then when the time is right, just keep on growing. And then create that you always were. And you might not know, and you can try different posture. Which one feels better for you? Which one feels right for you? Are you a seated or a standing pigeon? Are you a tree? Are you a dancer? Or maybe you are a posture that no one has done before. It's a new posture that no one has ever done before. And then finding your way back to Tadasana. Okay. Feet a little wider than your hips, spread the toes. Spread toes, release the knees in towards each other, creating that little triangle. And then allowing the toes to open up. If you want to, you can release the hips towards the heels. And then come back up. And then take the color of separate. Take the color of separate, draw a big circle, and give that heel a little dot. Take the color of together, and then draw a big circle. Give that heel a little dot, and then mix the two colors. What do you get when you mix the two colors? And then draw two big circles, placing your hands in your back pockets. And then release, untuck the toes, bring the knees wide, toes to touch, and then hips to heels. Finding child's posture. And then inhale and come back up. Clasp the hands. Create that stable support. Tuck the toes. Lean into your support. Make sure that it's stable. And when you feel the support, bring the knees off the floor. You can stay here for a few moments, building strength. And then come all the way up. Armpits towards your legs. And then bend the knees and come all the way up to standing. All right. So we have another 14 minutes to do the seated meditation and then maybe some journaling. Okay, dissolving our self-importance. The fixed idea that we have about ourselves as solid and separate from each other is painfully limiting. It is possible to move through the drama of our lives without believing so earnestly in the character that we play. That we take ourselves so seriously, that we are so absurdly important in our own minds is a problem for us. We feel justified in being annoyed with everything. We feel justified in denigrating ourselves or in feeling that we are more clever than other people. Self-importance hurts us, limiting us to the narrow world of our likes and dislikes. we end up bored to death with ourselves and our world. We end up never satisfied. Okay, so with that in mind, find your seat, sit up tall. Maybe imagine how someone pulls your hair up, slightly tuck your chin. You can close your eyes or you can lower your gaze. And then bring your awareness to your breathing. Noticing the inhale, noticing the exhale. And I'm going to be silent now for about 8-9 minutes. Here we go. Wiggle your fingers, wiggle your feet, move your head from side to side. Take a deep breath in. Let it go. Bring your hands up in Anjali Mudra, holding your own heart in between your hands with self-love and self-compassion. Maybe bow in gratitude for this practice, thousands of years old. Thank your inner guide, your past, present, and future teachers, and all the people that are joining you on this journey. Open your eyes, raise your gaze, and thank you so much for practicing together. Namaste.